Every Storyloom story is made up of scenes. Typically, a player automatically goes from scene to scene in sequential order based on how those scenes are placed in your scene list. However, when you use the jump block, you can create a moment where your player is redirected to the start of any scene in your chapter. You can find the jump block towards the bottom of your toolbar to the left of your screen. But before you pull your jump block out, you'll want to create scenes first. That way there's a place to jump to. In this example, I've created several different scenes, each representing a different planet my player could go to. Instead of going through these scenes sequentially, I want my player to have the option to jump around. So I've created a choice prompt. Which planet should we explore? And I'll put 2 in there, the disco planet, the vampire planet, or I'll give them the option to stay on the space station. For the choice options that would take them to a different scene, I'll add a jump block underneath the choice option. For the option to stay at the same location, I'll leave that blank and then allow the scene to continue underneath the choice block. For the choice options with jump blocks, I'll pick the corresponding scene that matches the option. Here you could see what it would look like if a player chose each of the different choice options. They're seamlessly jumped to the new scene. There are so many ways to use jump blocks in your story, like adding them to a scene that you've jumped to, creating a jump from a jump. Now my player can go from the space station to the disco planet, and then from the disco planet to either the rodeo planet or the fantasy planet. But you can use jump blocks in more than just choice blocks. You can also use them at the end of a scene. Let's say in one of your scenes, your character dies. You can pull in a jump block and hit end of chapter. This would stop the story right where that scene is and not continue on to other scenes. So if I pick the vampire planet, I see that after the scene plays out, my story ends. Another option if you have a character that dies in a scene, or if you just want to give the player an opportunity to go back and explore other scenes, you could pull out the jump block and then bring them back to the very first scene that they chose from. In this case, it would be the space station. That would let them pick disco planet or vampire or stay at the space station again. Here's what that jump would look like to your player in-game. However, one important thing you'll want to remember with jump blocks is you'll always want your jumps to eventually lead to an end of a story. Otherwise, your player will be stuck in an infinite loop where they keep choosing but they're never able to actually finish the chapter. So right now I'm checking all the potential paths my player could jump to, whether they head straight from the space station to the teleportation deck, or they go from the disco planet to the rodeo planet to the teleportation deck, or they die in the vampire planet. I want to make sure that they all lead to an ending. I could also check my work by using the preview, playing through each potential option to see if it eventually leads to an ending. And that's how you use jump blocks in Storyloom. Thanks for watching!